Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Obscure Skills Made Playable. And I want to say thank you to all of you who have shown support in the comment section. I really appreciate it. And I'm always happy to chat with you guys and spitball some ideas about the builds, right? There's always more to learn and also more tech to figure out, as it is a pretty big game. The learning never stops. Eternal student, right? But yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. It brings a smile to my face to see you guys enjoying the content so much. And yeah, let's get into the video, I guess. So today we're going to be playing Essence Ray on Wickedness. This skill has a couple of downsides, but honestly, it's really good. It has a huge base damage. The downsides being is that it's a very slow projectile, and it has like no AoE. It has a little bit, and there's like an explosion at the end as well, but that really doesn't matter at all. But the base damage on it is really good, and the Wickedness version also has a very nice kind of leech effect on it. Sadly, we are using mines, so it doesn't apply to us. But if you want to self-cast Essence Drain of Wickedness, you can probably do that as well. It's probably going to be a little bit clunky, but you know, you could try it out. But yeah, honestly, this build turned out pretty good. Just as you can see, clear the Sanctuary as well. Oh, actually, let me deposit these. Clear the Sanctuary, and it was fine. So I already pre-rolled another tier 17. This time it's Abomination. Abomination is going to be a little bit worse probably, because I don't have capped chaos, but hopefully we can do this. And there's also extra energy shield, but we are chaos damage, so maybe we can ignore it a little bit, right? So there's a couple of downsides, of course, to this build. Primarily, it's that you have to press the flask pretty often, every 6 seconds at the very least. But the defensive layers on the build are really good. Fizz mitigation could be a little bit better, because my only source of fizz mitigation is lightning coil and flesh and stone. But we have enough lightning resist that kind of negate. Oh, I got swarmed. This build could use some phasing though. I will say that. Of course, you know, if you get swarmed by this many enemies, his enemies especially. Oh, and there's Searing Exarch runes on the ground. That's pretty bad, because we are region based, and we also have leech. We have a lot of defensive layers. We have spell suppression, we have max res, we have regen, we have leech. So it's pretty nice. There's mines though, so I know mines aren't for everyone. I really like mines. It's probably my second archetype in the game. First one being bows, right? Just very fun to play. But mines are a very close second. Just gonna clear these so they don't get in the way. So hopefully the Exarch runes aren't gonna give us too much trouble.
My mana is gone.
I also have endurance charges with Enduring Cry, but generally they tend to go away really fast because I have Immortal Call. So but as you can see, we're regening, we're tanking. The projectiles are a bit slow, so when the boss moves, it's a little bit sad. But you know, you can grab some project speed because we are really close to it. You can do that if you want to sacrifice, you know, some defenses. Maybe if you cap spell suppression somehow. Although, I mean, you can't cap spell suppression if you change the shield. Right now I'm at 99 with lucky, I think. Well, in total 99. But you know, this build has not been maxed as usual. I spent around probably 30 divines on this. I'm not sure. I had a lot of items, but for example, Sandstorm Visage is around 7 divines. Lightning Coil, well, Lightning Coil I bought for pretty cheap, but I also had to spend 4 divines linking it with Tainted Fusings as well as buying Val Orbs, right? So, in total I think I spent probably around 30, but I'm not too sure. Can't say that it's been exactly 30 because I had a bunch of items already. Oh, can't move. Oh, and he also has Consecrated Ground, that's pretty sad. Okay, we got him. So as you can see, the build's really good, right? I was actually really surprised how it turned out. There's a couple of downsides, of course, like you have to press the flask constantly, right? That's probably my biggest complaint. Other than that, it's fine. I don't mind mines, so being mines is not a problem. It's just that you have to press the flask primarily. So, but other than that, build's really nice actually, and it can actually do sanctuary. For a lot of my builds can't do sanctuary because the beta, well, I just don't have the region to walk in between the AoEs and kill beta at the same time, so generally it's a little bit hard. But with this guy, I was actually doing pretty good. But yeah, let's go over. Actually, let's go over the items. There's some cool stuff with the items as well. So there's a couple of expensive items. Sandstorm Visage being one, right? You don't have to get it with plus UAV. I just had it from before. The wand, +2 wand with well, the suffixes you can technically craft yourself with locked prefixes, right? And then reforged crit. But you do want some crit chance, so Sensor Message benefits us more. So this one, I paid 9 divines for this, so it's fairly expensive, right? For this, I paid 3 divines as well. It's not too bad though, and I did kind of want an open suffix so I can get a little bit more chaos, but this was 3 divines, I figured I'm just gonna get it. Machina Mix with Frenzy Charge, I paid 1 divine for this. It's really good if you can find it with Frenzy Charges. There's plenty more, there's been 30. I just grabbed the cheapest one. And boots, just spell suppression, because you can technically, I guess, cap the spell suppression a little bit better. I mean, I'm 99 with Lucky. With this, well, I guess you're still gonna be 99, but it's gonna be 91 times 91, right? So there's some cool tech. Burden of Truth. Not a lot of people use this, but honestly, this belt is really good. It basically gives us 30% more max hit, right? So I'm using this. On a Pathfinder, this belt is really strong, but you do have to press the flask constantly, so that's kind of the biggest downside of it. But if you do have it, it's very good. And Lightning Coil, of course, because I can't really use more auras because I have to have a bunch of unreserved mana for mine, so figured Lightning Coil would be good. Plus it can get +2 proj or duration, doesn't matter, you can get either one. For Essence Drain, it has both tags, and a Wii. So maybe you can even find +4, but right now I'm at level 30, so there's really not much point going further than that because there's like diminishing returns, right? But yeah, Lightning Coil is our pretty much only source of physical mitigation. Rings are just mostly resistances and strength. Always getting better, right? But yeah, that's, well, Dragon Fang, right? Makes sense. It's really good. Allocated sovereignty, so I can have 20 mines placed. Technically, our mine limit I think is 23, maybe, but you know, it's fine. Let's go over the tree. So there's some cool things that I did here as well, like this. You know, find Ritual of Shadows in here. We don't need this. You don't take it. It doesn't matter which one it is. Just make sure you have Ritual of Shadows so we can have Withered at 15 at all times, because we have 15 from Pathfinder, right? 25 from Pathfinder and 25 from here, and then we have Returning Proj, and we hit a lot of times. we place 20 mines, it's 40 hits, so basically you're capped on Wither already. So get one Ritual of Shadows, ideally in this place, because you can get some life regen. It's pretty good, always nice. And then ideally, you know, if you don't really like that the projectiles are this low, you could grab this if you want to sacrifice something, but yeah, the build's pretty tight on a lot of things. Needed this for the flasks, and I think technically the flasks are at around 95% minimum, although I didn't roll them perfect. I rolled them myself, so they're like whatever. And here I have stun block recovery instead of avoid stun, right? You can get avoid stun on here. Avoid shock you do need, because I am using Storm Shroud. So we have elemental immunity. Additional resistances kind of helps me, right? Because I'm pretty low on resists, because I have a lot of uniques. Well, the shield, I guess, can be better, right? But whatever. And here we have Light of Meaning with chaos damage, of course. Really good place. We have a lot of nodes in here. Storm Shroud is mentioned. And if you want, you can get a couple of these to increase your life regen. This character I had previously, and it was also using this tech. So I just kept them. You don't have to, of course, but you know, it's a little bit more regen if you want. Massive thread over here for these nodes. They're all very good value, right? Makes sense to get it. This one's also pretty good, but I'm out of points. Detonate mines while moving. So this one is kind of mandatory now that you don't have the left click with detonate mines, right? So get this, and this wheel is really good. Makes us reserve less mana for the mines. Of course, you can get 2 points. A jewel socket over here, maybe something good. I don't know. If you want. These all nodes are very nice. And also there's a 15% chaos pen node over here. It's a hidden one. It's also really good, but I don't know if I want to drop sovereignty. But if you can figure out maybe some way, maybe you get a little bit more base mana somehow from like rings or something, and then you have enough so you can place 20. You could do that. Or you can also get Champion of the Cause, so you don't need to reserve as much life. Right now I am reserving Vitality and Clarity, both high level on life, so that kind of hurts a little bit, and you know, could be a little bit better. You do want to have your life 2-to-1 with your energy shield because of the Burden of Truth, so it splits the damage, right? So technically I only need 2600 life, but more life means better. And Machina Myths leeches life, so even if I do run out of shield, I'm still leeching life, I'm regenerating life with the flask. There's a lot of regen on this build as well. And, you know, endurance charges, technically, I guess, if you want to remove Immortal Call. Immortal Call, honestly, isn't really that good on this build. Unless maybe if you do it cast when damage taken, could be better. I have right now it on automate, so it's not that great. But yeah, this is the tree. It's kind of standard mine tree, other than we're pathing a little bit more towards the bottom. I primarily needed to path here for this. I guess technically you can path over here as well, but you know, there's life, there's a reserve over here, so it's just a really good way. And also you can get 10% leeches instant if you want. These nodes are kind of a waste, right? But if you want, it's an option. I had this earlier in my pub, but didn't make it back into the build because I was out of suppression, so I had to grab these. But yeah, this is the build. I think it turned out pretty good. And yeah, I think I spent around 30 divines. Well, I spent only 12 divines, but I had this and I had this. So it's around 35 divines for the build. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. If you like the content, of course, drop a sub. I really appreciate you guys. You've shown a lot of support, and I guess that's it for today. Talk to you later. Bye bye.